What is up, YouTube? It is your boy NMR Sports here, coming back at you with another MLB video, and today we're going to be talking about the crazy day that went down in baseball yesterday. So many crazy storylines, a lot to talk about, so let's dive right into it. But before we do, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like on this video to help it reach more baseball fans, and comment down below what you think the craziest thing that happened yesterday was. I got 4 or 5 storylines here that I just had to share and just had to make a video about. So, without further ado, let's get into the video, start talking about the first one, which is a little controversial, and I really want to know what side you guys are on, and that is Clayton Kershaw getting pulled in the middle of a perfect game. Now, Clayton Kershaw had an absolutely dominant performance yesterday. 7 innings pitched, not allowing a single base runner, and 13 strikeouts. Now, I understand pulling somebody if they're at, 99 pitches, 100 pitches, it's early in the season, all that, but he was only at 80 pitches. And I know, but people are really limited on pitch counts right now, but 80 pitches is not that much. It's only 6 more outs. At least let him go out for the 8th inning and see, can he get at least those first 3 outs, maybe go 8 innings, see how he's feeling. If he allows a base runner, then perfect. But man, Dave Roberts, bro, I really don't like Dave Roberts. I really don't think he's a good manager. I think he's one of the worst managers in all of baseball, to be exact. He just has a really, really good roster. And you could say, oh, he has all these wins. He makes the playoffs every year. Well, obviously, I could make the playoffs with that roster. It's so dominant. You literally can put any pitcher in at any time. You could substitute any hitter at any time. A 5-year-old could make the playoffs with that roster. And Dave Roberts hasn't been able to win a legitimate World Series with that roster. I really don't understand, bro. So anyways, Kershaw being pulled after 7 innings of perfect baseball with only 80 pitches really, really grinds my gears. Literally 80 pitches only. That's it. 80 pitches. And then they immediately blew it. Alex Vesia, this guy immediately blew it. First inning, allows a hit to, I believe, to lead off the inning. That dude... Oh, man, it's frustrating because Clayton Kershaw had that one no-hitter that he threw earlier in his career that should have been a perfect game, but Hanley Ramirez blew it with the bad defense. So now he gets his another opportunity, and he doesn't get to go out for the 8th inning, man. It is so frustrating. I just can't. Like, I understand Kershaw said it was fine. Kershaw said, oh, well, I got to keep my pitch count low. At the end of the day, I think a perfect game is more important than making the World Series. I'll be honest. The Dodgers, quote-unquote, won their World Series in 2020, and I just don't see the reason you would pull Kershaw. That's like the one milestone he doesn't have. He's got the Cy Youngs. He's got the no-hitter. He's got everything you can imagine. He just doesn't have a perfect game, and he was so close. You can't let him go out and get 6 more outs. Super frustrating. The Dodgers do go on to win the game, I believe, 7-0. So they get the shutout, but man, Kershaw could have had his first perfect game, and the first perfect game since, I believe, Felix Hernandez in 2012 or something. It has been a very, very long time since we've seen a perfect game. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let's move on to the next thing. Next up, we got one that I am very happy about. This is near and dear to my heart. The Astros lose to the Arizona Diamondbacks, and it's not really them losing to the Diamondbacks we want to talk about. It's how they lost. Bases loaded, 1 out, and this happens with Chaz McCormick in left field. One of the worst plays I've seen all year by someone who's not named Joe Adell. I was watching it live at work, and it was so tough to watch, man. I can't believe, like, after all that, after a whole game into extra innings, that's how they lose. So Astros go on to lose 3-2. The bats just haven't been awake for them recently. I know they were missing Yordan Alvarez that game, but Gurriel was back. He went 0 for 4. Brantley went 0 for 3. Bregman went 0 for 3 with a walk. It was just a really bad game. Kyle Tucker went 0 for 5 against Merrill Kelly. It's not like they're going up against the Cy Young candidate, so... Anyways, Astros lose 3-2 in hilarious fashion, and I am absolutely loving it. We'll go over the standings at the... actually, I think I'm going to make a separate video going over the standings. But anyways, Angels creeping up on the Astros right now. Next up, we've got a potential new ace over in San Diego in Sean Manaea. I honestly am the last person who would have predicted this. Sean Manaea, he's an okay pitcher, don't get me wrong, but look at the stats he's putting up. Let me move my camera so you guys can see. Dude has been a monster so far this season, pitching to the tune of a 1.38 ERA, 2 earned runs allowed, and 13 innings pitched to go along with 13 strikeouts. The first one, I cut him some slack because it was against the Diamondbacks, and I really don't know if the Diamondbacks are any good. But this one was against the San Francisco Giants, and the Giants, while they're not the best offense in baseball, they can definitely hit, which we saw against Yu Darvish last night, or 2 nights ago, sorry. sorry. So Sean Manaea looks really, really good to start the season. I don't know if he can keep this up, but career-wise, he has not been this type of pitcher, and I don't know if he can sustain this, I'll be honest. He's never had an ERA outside of 2019, which he was injured and only pitched 30 innings. He had a 1.2 ERA. Outside of that, he's never had an ERA below 3.5, and I don't know. He looks really, really good through 2 starts, though, so we will see. He might be the best pitcher in that pitching staff right now, which is very surprising. I also heard Mackenzie Gore is getting called up soon, hopefully, fingers crossed, and then that pitching staff in San Diego could be absolutely dominant. That's a scary staff. If you got Manaea pitching like an ace, Mackenzie Gore coming up, hopefully Yu Darvish isn't cooked. He looked pretty bad in his last start. Clevenger coming back at some point, who knows? That could be a really good pitching staff over there, especially if Manaea can keep pitching like this ace that he has been. Next up, we got a pretty weird game. This is the Mariners and the White Sox, and this game was interesting because it was played in the pouring rain. I don't know why. Like, I understand that they had to, you know, they had to jam-pack the schedule right now because of the delayed start to the season to get all these games in, but this game should not have been played. I'm an Angels fan. I love seeing the Mariners lose, don't get me wrong, but this game should not have been played. It was in the pouring rain. There was absolutely no reason to start this game. Robbie Ray looked bad. Keuchel didn't look... Keuchel looked pretty good early on, but as the game progressed and it got rainier, every other inning it was weird too. It'd be pouring rain one half, and then it'd be no rain the next, and then the field was all mushy. It was just not a good time. It really could have been dangerous for a lot of these players. Maybe sprain an ankle, twist an ankle, something like that. So I really don't think this game should have been played, but as an Angels fan, I am happy because the White Sox beat the Mariners. But yeah, really, really tough weather conditions. I can't believe they actually played the full game in this one. And last, but certainly not least, we have got to talk about this man. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. walked into Yankee Stadium, faced the highest paid pitcher in MLB history, launched 1,286 feet worth of home runs, and left the stadium with a W. That is absolutely... This is an understatement of how good Vlad Jr. was last night. If you did not watch the game, let's go over how dominant this man was at the plate last night. All right, so as you can see, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. had all 3 of the top 3 distances last night. A 443-foot home run, a 427-foot home run, and a 416-foot home run. Dude was just on fire last night. Dude was hitting balls left and right. The only time he did not hit a home run when he got to the plate was when he hit an RBI, not an RBI, but a double off of Gerrit Cole. Gerrit Cole literally tipped his hat to him. There's nothing you could do at that point. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was just on a tear last night. This dude is special, and he really, really, really wants that MVP this year that he did not get last year. And the way Ohtani's playing right now, he's probably going to get it. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., 114 mile per hour exit velocity, led the game as well. There were hard hit balls going left and right in this place. The Yankees do fall to the Toronto Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays and the Yankees are now tied for first place in the AL East. This Blue Jays team is kind of scary. Jose Barrios looked pretty good last night. They did leave him in a little bit too long, so he allowed those home runs to Aaron Judge and Anthony Rizzo. But overall, pretty good performance. Gerrit Cole was solid, but wasn't amazing. I'll see if I could slide this over for you guys real quick. He did have 17 whiffs, 17 swings and misses for Gerrit Cole last night. So it's not like his stuff wasn't working. It was just that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is his father, bro. It was crazy. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. could not miss. I swear, I looked up every 5 seconds and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is trotting around the bases. I thought they were showing reruns at this point because he was hitting so many home runs. So Vladimir Guerrero Jr. absolutely owns the Yankees and Gerrit Cole. There's no other explanation for it. The Yankees did tie it up at one point in the 6th inning, but unfortunately could not pull it out. That bullpen actually blew it, which is really surprising. The Yankees bullpen is so much better than the Blue Jays on paper, but last night the Blue Jays bullpen got it done, so. But anyways, that is going to do it for us today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Here are all the scores from yesterday if you want to take a look. Appreciate you guys so much for watching. We just hit YouTube Partner. This is officially our first monetized video ever. I'm sorry in advance for all the ads now, but hey, it's exciting stuff, man. I appreciate you guys watching. We have a slight change of plans for the next Watch Party live stream. It's going to be on Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. So Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be watching Noah Syndergaard and the Angels take on Taylor Hearn and the Texas Rangers. So it should be a really good matchup. hopefully the Angels can pull out a W. They are winless when I stream and watch them, so fingers crossed it's not a curse, or else I'm going to have to stop doing these. But I appreciate you guys watching and hanging out. I will see you guys all in the next one. Y'all have a great rest of your day.